This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster. I don't know if you saw me on incognito at Mercado on the set of Space Bridge in 2015, yeah, I mean, Mission College Mercado Theater, set of Space Bridge. Yeah, so that's where we filmed it. Well, some of it. Anyway, so I was back and I went to the crabfish place, the Cajun crab place. It was sort of a Piscatarian store. Because I didn't want to go to the long line at the In-N-Out Burger, and I'd been there last night with Mark's cards. So, yes, this was the Fathom Events AMC thing, which reminds me, of course, of the John Campea show, always going to the AMC theater because he used to work there. Yeah, so, back in the day, AMC 10 screen, yes, it sucked. It lasted less than a day, but yeah. Maybe he was there longer, I don't know. But we had an AMC 10 screen back in the day, and yeah, it didn't work out. Anyway, so, neither did work on Lucky one time. That's relevant to the movie that I saw. So it was Lucky one time. I said, during the pandemic, there was a lady who came out flustered at the wait staff, like Erin. She walked out in the parking lot. She said to me, because I came out of there just randomly, and said, "Do you work there? Do you know who this person is?" And I was like, No, lady. I hadn't worked there since I was about 16, and I sucked at it. That's not what you wanted to hear. That was a bagger. Actually, I was closer to 19, but anyway. So, yeah, I was really bad and slow at bagging at Lucky. So it's in one of my stories. So, yeah. So yeah, as a convenience store thing, so it was a Fathom event, and it was Clerks 3, with Kevin Smith's final episode of Kevin Smith's The View Askew Inverse Clerks series. And it is, but I don't give away the ending. Because it's a movie, so yeah, it's a play within a play. It's a meta story idea where the premise of the story mirrors somewhat Jay and Silent Bob reboot from 2 years ago. I also note that the AMC 10 screen Fathom event with all the people, with previews, with the previews and things and all that. Kevin Smith preview and Kevin Smith post-allude. I think it's off of a Blu-ray. It's literally what it's off of. Lionsgate did this. They went on to later do Twilight and all that. They did this. Very, very short run. It should be in theaters more than just for 3 days. Caught the last end of the last day. But it's not. It's not a wide release. I think Lionsgate, which did the Twilight things and the Hunger Game movies, would then give them a wider release, but apparently not. So they didn't make their money back. They filmed it in New Jersey, and I don't think L.A. Beast has a cameo that I noticed. Maybe he was there briefly, I don't know, but he was a fan, so he should have been there. He was in Jersey. L.A. Beast used to be in California for a while. In L.A., of course, what's his name? But, yeah, so then he went back to New Jersey. So, after a nearly failed car accident that he was in, he was in a car accident. L.A. Beast was. So there's a car accident in this story. So they decided that introducing a baby in the story wouldn't be good, or now it's 15 years later, be a teenager. Let's not do that. So they just kind of killed him off screen. And cameos by Rosario Dawson appearing, as a ghost in it, a la Medium. There's a lot of bizarre. This implies that it's kind of the Dogma universe too, Ghost. And maybe Lionsgate can buy that back from the remaining Weinstein brother. We said that again. Dogma was one of his best movies, Kevin Smith's best movies. So we had all the cast. Dante, Randall, Elias, and the cast. We even got to see the animated character of Orlando, Buchota, with his wife. It was funny. It's Orlando's. We got to see Mark Hamill. We got to see Ben Affleck pretending to act on purpose badly, and other characters. And what appeared to be Martin Roadkill doing one of those lines. So yes, but it wasn't. I don't think it was, because I would know whether because he snuck out and went to New Jersey and came back. I don't think so, but Anyway, so I don't think so. Dante and Randall are still at the quick stop after 15 years. Apparently, the Rosario Dawson's character died, and yeah, they open the movie with the most perfect freaking song ever in a Kevin Smith movie, or possibly any other angsty movie from reflecting the 90s. They used My Chemical Romance's Black Parade from 2001, and oh my god, I laughed through that entire set. It was amazing. That song so fit Clerks. Wow, it's like it was written for them. The Dead Beatles wrote this song for the Clerks. I was like, oh, that totally works on so many levels. It's amazing. It's perfect. And of course, the synergy of that is, I suggested it. So you gotta use My Chemical Romance in one of your movies, Kevin. On several of his things at Smodcast. He played it and said, oh. His response was, oh yes, I will do that. Just won't know which one. So, awesome. Very awesome. It would be cool to meet the guy in person. Haven't met him in person. Nope. But whenever they do, if they still do the thing, I'll have to meet him someday. But yeah, the closest I got was some of the other Smodcasters. Back when Jay and Silent Bob reboot came out. And I don't think the poster's up there anymore. But the reboot, yeah, they were. Wasn't him though, it was one of the other guys. Holloran or something. Anyway, so I think it was Elias actually. It was the guy that played Elias. But they have but there was yeah, he plays a sort of a hyper Christian nerd in it who has these kites that he's selling on like in the story, and he's selling them on cryptocurrency, which is a silly form of currency. Yeah, and that plays into the plot later on. The cameo by Kevin Smith's daughter is nearly at the end credits, so yeah, there's no nepotism in this one. The plot is basically a spoof on Kevin Smith's heart attack, except to give the heart attack to Randall Graves, and Dante has got to recuperate him. So Randall gets it in his head that he's going to make a movie about working at the Quick Stop. And they got the New Jersey one this time. They didn't use the one from out there, and so they were able to film at the Jersey one, not far from where L.A. Beast lives now. He should have been. Maybe he was in a cameo. Maybe I missed it. First viewing. Maybe he's in there somewhere. It'd be awesome. Because he was on the set of that Sopranos remake, the Saints of New York. So, yeah. So that'd be cool. Anyway, so Saints of Newark. Many Saints of Newark. So I was not. Yeah. I was not into biz. I'm very independent. No, I only been in. Yeah, my claim to fame in movies was an uncredited cameo in a ninja movie. Yeah. And the key up was so well liked, they put it in part 2. But as a voiceover. They yell, ah! So, but yeah, there were 3 ninjas. 3 ninjas kick back. Not the Ninja Turtles. Anyway, so, the Kevin Smith movie, I haven't been in any of those. But if one day they have the Scum and Villainy Cantina, I will have to see that and go to that and see them in person. Awesome. Could happen someday. Now, I'm not famous though, so. So we have a movie where they're making the movie within a movie, and that's as meta as me making fan films. So my stuff, and apparently in the works of doing a fan film Starcrackers thing with the beard going on, a Raxler thing. But yeah, there's going to be one of those. So kind of doing the same thing, but not trying to rip them off. Except it's not a convenience store in my story. Raxler and his friends are on a planet because it's easy to film that way. No Petus is okay with us filming there. So they're like, same. Yeah. Anyway, not the same at all. Space movie. Anyway, so maybe it's a space movie. There's a weird doctor lady. They reenact the scene and having a heart attack guy shaving the shaving scene and all that Kevin Smith talked about. Yeah, he just basically put it in the story. And then they made the doctor lady kind of crazy and stuff. And comes in dressed like a witch, even though it's not Halloween. I take it that the story was supposed to take place around Halloween, but they were, because of My Chemical Romance and the other thing. So it's supposed to take place in October, which then that would make sense because she's dressed up for Halloween, and My Chemical Romance is very Halloweeny. Yeah. So anyway, so I reviewed My Chemical Romance for the Spartan Daily back when they came out, and I did a review in 2006 about when the Clerks 2 came out. I think I did a review of Clerks 2 in that paper too, I think. Pretty sure. I did. But yes, Clerks 2 back in the day. So it's been that long since Clerks 2 was the last time I went to state. That is. So yeah, the whole thing together with you have the cast returns. We even have the slutty girl. she returns. The girl, and she returns. What happens is Elias, he is allegedly a Christ follower in the story, and then he wishes for Dante to be smited, and coincidentally, Dante has a heart attack, and he freaks him out, so he decides to turn to Satanism as a joke, which is funny. It was a tie into Dogma, so we have ghosts walking the earth and stuff. We have Rosario Dawson's ghost walking the earth. It's just nuts. We have Jay and Silent Bob have taken over the video store, turned it into a pot dispensary. This is like, yes. Oh, and all of the trailer scenes are in the movie, including the part where they have that gigantic, enormous joint. There's Nooch, and he's like, it needs more weed. What? That's in the movie. And there weren't that many people in the audience either. But they were having a great time, because it was high as fuck. So that was awesome. So I was only sugar high. I didn't have any fundables this time, but reboot I did. I'm not this one. And so fundables. Everybody at college, so they probably could have got some, but I didn't. But yeah. Yeah. And then. Yeah, there was no posters. They didn't have a poster. They didn't have a popcorn bucket. Nothing. Fathom event. Nothing there. Cheap ass theater. Janky theater. No posters. Come on. Free poster. Come on. Tickets cost $20. You get a free poster. Nope. That was crazy. So yeah. It was really funny. They acted their hearts out in this one. Dante's a little. They're both laid back a little more because they're almost 50, so they're like the characters. So they're not as immature. They're trying to be more mature. However, there is a hilarious scene involving the girl that comes back, and she's now divorced, and she's in the SUV thing with Dante, and he's about to mess up and guess her age, and instead of like guessing wrong, he guesses he just thinks like 37 or whatever, and she goes, ooh, wanna fuck, and then they show the SUV going, and they're like watching, like the SUV going, get the gag is that they're in their bag. Yeah, you don't see it. They're all standing there. The camera crew's like, yep, he's getting lucky. Kal Kat scene right there in the movie. Awesome. In the movie, Kal Kat cameo. So that was Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob. That was Clerks 3, non-spoiler review. So I'm not going to give it away. See, so non-spoiler review. Go out and find it if you can. The thing is passing around town. Go out and find it. And I didn't want to give anything away. There's some funny scenes in there. Cryptos and kites and stuff. They're talking about the Star Wars contractors, and they say, I don't want to get sued by Disney. That's in the trailer. So anyway, so that's it for my review, I guess.